Welcome to Maple River Sports. Week 5 was homecoming week. All 4 sports gotta win. But first, let's meet our sponsors. Maggie J's Restaurant and Bar, where fresh and flavor come together. All About the Yard. We're dedicated to helping you enjoy your lawn. Please call John at 341-8170 for a free estimate. Emerald Travel and Cruises. Without a travel agent, you're on your own. M&M Insurance. Insurance you can rely on from people you know. Kilty's Market. We are your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. Mapleton Area Foundation. Enhancing the Mapleton area by supporting programs like this. After a tough start to the regular season, the football team dug deep to defeat the team from the South on homecoming night, 28-19. Early on, it appears the Blue Earth area might be sending the Eagles to their 4th straight loss. The Buccaneers capped off an 11-play, 66-yard drive with a 25-yard run to spoil the festive mood. The Eagles punched right back, driving 63 yards with a big run from Anthony Orduña, with a touchdown plunge from 5 yards out from Wyatt Burr to even the score at 7-7. Then the Bucs went right back down the field. On several occasions in the first half, Eagles defensive backs lost the receiver. The second Buck drive came on a 70-yard pass on a busted coverage to make the game 7-13. In the second quarter, both defensives stiffened. In an exchange of punts, the Eagles pinned the Buccaneers deep, and quick hands from Anthony Orduña scooped up the fumble, giving the Eagles the momentum. After having a long touchdown reception called back, senior Amaris Harris got it back with a short touchdown run up the middle to take the lead 14-13. But just before halftime, BEA stole the lead back as they methodically marched 61 yards, converting several short runs for first downs on their jumbo package. At half, the Eagles trailed 14-19. In the second half, the Eagles held the Buccaneers scoreless. After both teams failed to get any offense going in the third quarter, Anthony Orduña took a 35-yard run all the way to the end zone. The Eagles D then took their turn at bullying the Buccaneers, pushing them back -5 yards before forcing a punt. Then the Eagles finished off the Buccaneers with an 11-play, 56-yard drive that chewed up the game clock. Orduña took the ball in from 2 yards out to make it 28-19. The defensive backfield that had been beaten earlier in the game then finished things off with an interception, giving the Eagles a much-needed homecoming victory. The cross-country team traveled to the New Richland Invitational on Tuesday, September 17th. After missing the home invitational, Kason Hollerick earned his first of 2 top 10 finishes on the week with his time of 18:23, earning 9th place. Senior Anthony Gupulian took 23rd place with a time of 21:37. Junior Nolan Walker crossed the finish line at 23:55, which earned 45th place. For the varsity girls, Sophia Stenzel took 2nd place with a race of 19:05. Fellow freshman Dahlia Schneider finished in 25th place with a time of 24:52. Just a few places behind, Brooklyn Greger ran 25:28 to take 28th place. The 4th Eagles varsity runner was Kaya Winner, who earned 42nd with a time of 28:36. For the junior varsity, Zach Woldrich continued his strong season with a 2nd place finish in the 1.25-mile course with a time of 7:28. 7th grader Roger Welly took 7th place with a time of 8:05. Just a bit behind him, Connor Fitzsimmons crossed in 13th place with a time of 8:38. The 4th JV runner, Linus Schneider, finished his race at 10:33 for 31st place. The JV girls team was fielded by 2 runners. Ada Greger finished in 9th place with a time of 9:38, and Kennedy Kirshner finished in 16th with a time of 12:20. The cross-country squad then headed west to Jackson for their second race of the week. Sophia Stenzel reclaimed her spot as one of the region's top runners with her first place time of 19:37. Dahlia Schneider finished in 22nd place with a time of 25:57. For the varsity boys, Kaysen Hollerich had his second top 10 finish of the week with a time of 18:28 for 9th place. Senior Anthony Gupillin also had another top 25 finish with his time of 21:20. And nipping at his heels was Zach Woldrich, who was elevated to varsity and finished with a time of 21:37 for 26th place. Nolan Walker finished in 47th place with a time of 24:08. The JV runners once again hinted at a promising future for the cross-country team. For the girls, Brooklyn Greger took 3rd place with a time of 9:15. 4 spots behind her, Ada Greger crossed the line at 10:09. The final runner was Kennedy Kirschner, who took 26th with a time of 12:41. The tennis team began the week on the road, traveling to Belle Plaine on Monday for a 5-2 victory. Once again, Maple River's singles proved quite dominant. Macy Zuri defeated Nina Messer 6-love, 6-love. Allie Mersman returned to singles play and easily dispatched Cora Rosenwinkel 6-love, 6-love. Tabitha Barkowski moved down to number 3 singles, giving Olivia Endres a tough match with the 3rd shutout by the Eagles with a 6-love, 6-love victory. Claire Langworthy picked up the Eagles' 4th singles win with a 6-2 win in the first set and a tough 7-6 tiebreaker second set win. In doubles, the pairing of Madison Ward and Kelsey Yeager earned the team a win with a 6-3, 7-6 win over Sparby and Walter. Nora Davis and Reagan Reuter lost to Shoemaker and Strike 6-love, 6-2. At number 3 doubles, Kennedy Oliver and Merritt Ward fell to Krushke and Thorstad 6-4, 6-love. The Eagles returned home on Tuesday, September 17th for a match against the LeSueur Henderson Giants. Macy Zuri dropped only 2 games in her 6-1, 6-1 victory over Addison Fahey. Back at number 2 singles, Tabitha Barkowski also continued her excellent season with a 6-love, 6-1 win over Sally Nesbitt. Back at number 3 singles, Madison Ward continued her dominant play with a 6-love, 6-love win. Reagan Reuter returned to number 4 singles and ended up with a marathon match. She cruised to a 6-1 first set win, but then lost 3-6 and 4-6. At number 1 doubles, Kelsey Yeager teamed with Allie Mersman. They had no problems in the first set, winning 6-love, but had to earn their victory with a 7-5 second set. At number 2 doubles, Claire Langworthy and Nora Davis also had a grueling 3-set match. They lost the first set 4-6 and then rallied back to win the second 6-4. The third set remained close until they finally broke in a 5-7 final set. Kennedy Oliver and Merritt Ward also had a 3-set match, but came out on the winning end. After losing 3-6 in the first set, they rallied back for a 7-6 and 6-2 finish. After struggling against the Rebels earlier in the season, the Eagles finished the week on Thursday with a convincing win over USC. Macy Zuri defeated Briley Neubauer 6-2, 6-love. Tabitha Barkowski shut down Olivia Bungham 6-love, 6-love at number 2 singles. Junior Claire Langworthy played more tennis this week than anyone else on the team. At number 3 singles, she once again went to 3 sets, dropping 4-6, 6-2, and then 6-love to Ivy O'Rourke. Reagan Reuter picked up a win at number 4 singles, winning 6-2 and 6-4. The doubles teams all picked up wins. At number 1, Allie Mersman and Nora Davis defeated Hanson and Methune 6-2, 6-4. Madison Ward and Kelsey Yeager took out Hanson and Clore 6-2, 6-love at number 2 doubles. At the number 3 doubles, Kennedy Oliver and Merritt Ward sent Hansen and Kozilek packing with a 6-love, 6-2 victory. The volleyball team had 8 matchups this week, so we'll begin with the matchup against LeSueur Henderson Giants. After uneven performances the week before, the Eagles played much more consistently against LSH. They dropped the first set 20-25, but came rallying back to win the second game 25-23. Although they dropped the next 2 games, they kept the scores close, 19-25 and 21-25. Allie Boning led the team with 17 digs, Addison Frank smashed 3 aces, while Ella Schul had 2 blocks. The highlight of the week came in Thursday's home game against the Sibley East Wolverines. Once again, their consistency improved, and they kept the match close through the opening game, losing 25-21. The Eagles then pulled out a 25-22 win in the second game. The Wolverines rallied for a 25-17 win in the third game, but the Eagles took their game up a notch to win both the fourth game, 25-23, and the final game, 15-11. As a team, the Eagles served 93%, with 90 digs and 6.5 blocks. Allie Boning and McKenna Ertman each had 3 blocks, and Bria Cole had 4 aces for the Eagles.
Our Week 5 guest is head coach Jackie Deering to talk about volleyball. So Jackie, why don't you talk about the highlight of your week, the home win against Sibley East?
Yeah, it was a fun week with homecoming, obviously. Things are just crazy at school, but it was really fun for the girls to play a home match and then win that home match in 5 sets. The 5th set in volleyball, if you get to the 5th set, it's only to 15 points. So it is a grind. You're the first to 15. And we really break that down, be the first to 5 points, first to 10 points, and then the first to 15. So huge highlights to come back and win in that 5th set.
Sounds like school's about to start. All right. So while I've got you here, you had a big weekend tournament as well. Why don't you kind of share some of the highlights? I see that you had like a loss in the first one, but then tie. Why don't you talk about why you see 1-1 ties?
Yeah. So our tournament this weekend, we played 6 games, which is a lot. That is the maximum that the state of Minnesota allows you to play. So after homecoming on Friday night, the girls were pretty tired, I'm not going to lie, but we started out the day with a loss to MVL. We beat them earlier this season, but as most volleyball coaches know, tournaments, the first game is never your best. They're waking up and getting moving. So lost that set, but then we came back and got a win against Blue Earth, which was huge because we actually lost to them earlier this season. So it was fun to get a win against them. This tournament is set up where you just play 2 games to 25, and then whichever team, say you split, like we split a couple of times, whichever team beats the other one by more points technically gets the win on their record. So we did have 3 games that we split. We beat them by 2 or 3 points, and they beat us by more than 2 or 3 points. So technically they got the win. I don't love playing tournaments that way, to be honest. Most of the time it's best 2 out of 3 at tournaments, and then you play that third set to 15 points. So obviously I would have preferred that, but they were exhausted by the end of the day with 6 games in. And then our JV and C squad teams were also playing at a tournament that day. So we didn't have a ton of subs to really sub in throughout the day, which just made them even more tired. But it was still, there was a lot of good volleyball that happened throughout the day. Our record just didn't show that.
All right. So again, with all those games, we lost MVL, but we beat the one team that mattered, Blue Earth, right? The team south. Okay. So we got that one, and the others were officially scored as ties, right?
Yep, technically ties. We lost both sets to New Richland. We went 0-2 with them, but the other games Yes, we split. So we have a rematch with USC tonight. We played them. We were there on Friday, or sorry, we were there on Saturday playing them, and then we play them again today. We go to them for another game, and they've got a good team. So we're excited.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I can tell that the kids must be right outside the door, ready to get week 6 started. So thank you for giving me a recap on week 5.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason.
All right. Take care.